tell you a secret?
A secret?
When I enlisted for His Majesty, I will admit I had my share of doubts. I'm less a lion than a lamb, you see. Am I the sort of brute to shoot some crowds? But before they shipped me out to Germany, the general rang me with a few remarks. Seems as though the boss heard I could solve a crossword. I was sent to Bletchley Park. Taking my new station, picture my elation when I didn't spot one beret. All I spied indeed were fellow chaps in tweed, all closing their books to take a look, smiling as if to say, welcome to the army of eggheads made, barmy like no army before. Join us, we ponder and ruminate, here our brains are never a bore. Too risky to rattle these heads in a battle. Gee, but ain't the army of eggheads great? We've the wit to win them the war.
When I applied to join the cipher school, I had a sick idea allowed to work.
But I was just an optimistic fool. It seems I'm only qualified to clerk.
But I was recruited to the typist pool. The fella said I had a certain spark.
Couldn't find a suitor, so I'm a computer stationed up at Bletchley Park. What a liberation, finding a vocation, free from all of those blaring louds. Without Tom's a peeping, short man's the housekeeping, women at work without a jerk begging to take them out. Welcome to the army of eggheads, men, here to get respect we deserve. Seldom is a fella to hound a kid, frankly as they have in the nerve.
The work that they throw me seems fairly below me.
Still, I hope that something can come from this. Anyway, I'm happy to serve.
Attention!
Here comes the full Commander Knox, so tighten those belts and pull up your socks. Be sure your reports are filed in his box, cause if it ain't neat, you'll be on the rocks.
War's the one, the way our fathers won them. Less a test of might than some allege. More a game between those who begun them, as to who can better stick on sketch. Cause the war's won when the war's run on time. When the men fight with their ties tight and the boots full of grime. Red mustard mass with mustard gas, disorders twice the crime. Indeed, the war's won when the war's run on time. And in this race, the English lead with leisure, since we captured time on Greenwich Hill. As sure as Singapore and fair Rhodesia, we've yet to give it up and never will. Cause the war's quick when the war sticks to plan. When you don't grouch and you don't slouch and you fight like a man. Never Union Jackson, Berlin, clear, Berlin to Japan. Because the war sticks when the war sticks to plan. We'll have the war won and the war done. Speaking of which, where's Turing?
What the dickens?
Kindly take off your gas mask.
You bicycled? From London?
Why, you must have pedaled 50 miles.
Actually, 53 1/3.
Wearing that mask the length of the way?
Terrible allergies.
Well, the villagers will panic to see you thinking they're about to be gassed. Now listen up. In this place you won't dress like a vagrant.
Well, that's assuming that you dress at all.
You'll keep your clothing clean and pressed and neat.
Even neater than we take our gin.
And in your speech you mustn't be so flagrant.
We never blew over stressed at all.
And signing here approves you'll be discreet.
You sign the act and let the fun begin. Sign it.
The action not be taken lightly.
Just sign it.